Hi, so it's been a little while since I've done a video like this, but today I just felt really inspired to come on again and to share some things, to share a little bit what I've been up to, but also to share the insights that have really been coming through um, this week, but also the last couple of months. And this has been an extremely transformative year for me personally, and I think for you might as well. I know it has been for a lot of people, and of course, also not for a lot of positive reasons. There have been a lot of challenges, and on an individual level, but also on a global level, we're of course facing a lot of difficulty right now, and things that trigger us and we can experience a lot of limitations. And what actually inspired me to do is to be even more genuine and authentic in my work. So whatever it is that I'm creating, is it writing or video, wherever it is, but to no longer come from this place of force, of this place of I should or I have to. Because I kind of became aware of that I was living my life for a very long time from that pressure, from that perspective, I have to do certain things. And the same as with creating content. And then I realized the more I did that forcing, that pushing, and acting from a place of I have to, the less authentic my work and my creations became. But also the less I enjoyed actually the process of creation. And I think that is what is most essential. And it's in life, and in the past we've talked about purpose, and we hear it very often, living your purpose, but are you still living your purpose when you're no longer creating from a place of enjoyment and from pure inspiration? And that it's not just about what you do, right? But it's also about the way you do something in. And I'm now in the process of writing my first book, which you might know or might not. And I'm really excited about it. And I'm extremely passionate about it. And it's really a blessing to be able to create something like a book. I also kind of rediscovered how magical books really are, and how magical writing is, but also how magical creating videos and podcasts and all these things, how magical it is that we can connect to each other. Humans being, we can connect to each other without being limited by a certain place or time. And especially this year, I've done so much reading. I think there hasn't been a year where I've been reading so many different books. And a lot of the books that I've read are from writers who've already passed, right? Or some even a very, very long time ago. And that their life, kind of their lessons, their experience, their knowledge has been captured in a book. And it even years past the publication of the book, or decades past that person passed, I'm still able to connect to that person. And that is something so magical. And I think we're now also going through a time where we are seeing that with technology. And I think it's also wonderful to see that books are even still alive in the digital time that we live in today. But I feel like also video has its own power too, right? That we're able to learn from other people. And also lately I've been doing also different courses and going deeper and deeper into certain things, and that we're able to learn from like the best teachers in the world, or able to listen to a message that we need to hear that day through video. And it's something so completely powerful. We're able to have open conversations and to see that even though sometimes in our direct physical environment, kind of our inner circle of where we physically live, we can feel really different, or we're only one who thinks a certain way, and then when we search for different things, for knowledge and all whatever it may be, if we have certain questions, and then we find and discover, and it can also be through online groups and programs, that there's so many more people that think like us, that are interested in similar things, and that also struggle maybe with similar things, that similar painful experiences that you had. So I've also discovered the power of being connected in an online network that we have today. But at the same time, I've also seen, personally with myself, but also in the collective as well, globally, is the shadow side of that. And that, and some of you might notice, of course, social media has a huge shadow side. Of course, it's wonderful that we're still able to connect to people, even though we're not in the same physical environment, and that is something that's wonderful, that we can keep that network that we've created alive through digital platforms. But at the same time, the addictive nature and the escapism that also comes with it can, of course, be very dangerous, especially for our mental and emotional health. It can also create this dependency. And with addiction, I'm not only talking about the amount of time that we spend on technological devices, and which also disconnects us from nature and our actual physical environment and the people that are actually here. And it's also really essential and important to continue to connect to that. But what I've also seen is that it can create this dependency in a way where we where we are going to constantly seek for answers, information, and knowledge outside of ourselves, because it's never been so easy, and it has its practical benefits 100%, for me too. But a lot of times when we have an answer or question, we can immediately Google it, or we can immediately search for a video, or we can even find other tools and things that are always giving us the answers, right? And it can also be certain people that you follow on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube, and it says nothing about these people themselves, because they might be great at what they teach. They might put out very powerful, genuine messages. But what I've seen is that even if you follow people that are consciously creating, so not from this fear-based place, that what can still happen is that we are going to trust someone outside of ourselves, and the same can happen in our direct relationships, more than we do trust ourselves. And what the truth basically is that no one else, no matter who that person is, knows you better than you know yourself. And that the reality is, what we live in is that yes, we're very connected. Yes, we have so much in common. And collectively, we can even go to similar things at the same time. But still you're having your unique experiences. Still you're having your unique perspective. And what is the answer for one person or the solution for the other person might not be the solution for you. And then constantly seeking out for answers can actually create more confusion, because we have all types of messages out there, right? And we see it now, especially we have an overwhelm of information coming at us. And that realizing, in order to find the truth or to find the right action or what you need to do, might not be with seeking out more, searching more, listening more to other people, but it's actually about going within and listening to you. If it's either taking the time and the space to connect to yourself again, meditating, going out to nature for a walk, or journaling, or whatever it is for you, trust yourself in that you create that time and that space to listen to you, to connect to your energy, to your source of wisdom that is there. And of course, other people can help us connect deeper to our own wisdom. They can support us and guide us in that process, which is super powerful. I've experienced it myself, and I've been on both ends, right? Of guiding people through it and receiving guidance. But nothing is more powerful than discovering those answers to yourself and creating that really deep connection to yourself. And I also feel if you work with someone who guides you in some way on your healing journey, it's either a therapist, a coach, or a teacher, that what is essential is that they connect you to your authentic truth instead of telling you what to do, what to think, what to believe. But actually that we become responsible as sovereign beings. And that's actually the responsibility that comes with freedom, is that we don't grasp and search and look outside of ourselves, that we're actually able to stand deeply grounded and rooted in who we are. And that whenever there is panic, chaos, anxiety coming up, or you're going through a very deep process, maybe even a dark night of the soul, whatever it is, that in those moments, you don't have to depend on other people for those answers. You are the source for those answers. And it doesn't mean at all, don't get me wrong, that you have to do it all by yourself. No, that's not what I mean. We can connect our own source of wisdom and go deeper into ourselves in relationship to other people. And actually other people can help us in that process. So of course, when you need support by someone, allow yourself to receive that support. That is essential. But there's a difference between allowing yourself to receive support and depending 100% on other people to give you the answers and solutions. They're different things. And I feel like that the sovereignty I was talking about, that comes with being deeply rooted and grounded in yourself. And when you are that, you know when you need to reach out to someone to support. You know when you feel something within you that needs to be shared, right? But at the same time, you know that it's also okay to keep things to yourself. And this life journey, this healing journey, that's your process, and you own that, and no one and nothing else. You know, you belong to you, and you belong to the earth beneath your feet, and not to people and places. And the more we embody that, the more free we become. And again, this is a process. And in that process, it's about becoming aware of those shadows. And not in a way that's the enemy, it's dark, it's bad, but more, what was I not seeing before? What was hidden from my sight that is essential for me to see the greater picture and a greater perspective. And awareness is seeing both the light and the dark aspects of ourselves, and also the people in our environment, and also the world we live in. And not just staying stuck in a one-sided perspective. And that's a constant ongoing process of peeling away those layers. And that process is unique to each and every one of us. And your healing journey is completely unique to you. So I feel like this is the message that I really want to share with you today. And I think it's important to say that I could ramble and go off on this topic, especially for a very, very long time. But I don't think that it's super beneficial, or probably at some point you're going to say like, okay, this is not. So I think this is going to be the video for today. And like I said, I do feel really inspired to go on to video again more. And I feel like now is the time for me where that feels really right and I feel inspired to it. So it doesn't come from this place of force where the video started. And if you have any ideas or topics or things that you want me to talk about or share about, it can also be more of the book that I'm working on, whatever interests you, feel free to comment it down below, because I would also love to hear what you want to see, what you want to learn more about, and so it becomes more of an interactive process instead of just me talking. Yeah, and then I'm really looking forward to that. And I want to thank you for watching today and connecting to me through the digital platform. And yeah, so I want to thank you, and I just want to wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And thank you for watching.